Alright, hey guys, before I jump into it, I just want to apologize, one, for the fact that I'm sick and my voice is just blah, blah, blah. Want to apologize for that, and also I'm trying a new tutorial style with this video. What I'm doing is I'm not going to actually create the blocks in the tutorial. I'm going to get them from a different app that I made, just throw them in my backpack, and then explain them to you guys. Let me know what you think of this, because I'm really interested in doing it more, because it makes the tutorials a lot shorter, and it makes them a little bit easier to follow, because you can just pause it and look at the block without having to listen to me. I will explain the blocks, and just let me know what you think of it. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy it. Make sure you leave a like button if you do. Comment below if you have any questions or any concerns or any ideas that can make this app better. It will be available down in the description down below to download the API and work on it for yourself if you want. Thanks for watching. Hey guys, welcome to another Data Pursuit MIT App Inventor tutorial. Today we're going to be making a Pictionary app. So I'm going to name this right off the bat, Pictionary underscore YT for YouTube. We're going to hit OK. We're going to wait for that to initialize. So the whole goal of this app is to make the user select an image. The image will display for a certain amount of time, and then you have to draw the image in a certain amount of time, and then the original image will show up. And while you're drawing that, the people around you or you have to just try and get it to match. It's Pictionary. If you don't know what Pictionary is, Google it. So right off the bat, we're going to add in a canvas, which is under drawing and animation. We're going to set the height to 70%, and we're going to set the width to fill the parent, which is all the way across. Next, we're going to add a horizontal arrangement, which is under layout. And before we get into this, we're going to go up to screen 1 and we're going to align it horizontally to the center so that everything is nice and centered. So in the first horizontal arrangement, we are going to put a button, and we are going to put an image picker, which is under media. Now under that, we are going to put another horizontal arrangement. Not a horizontal scroll arrangement, a horizontal arrangement. In this horizontal arrangement, we are going to go over to the right to the properties, and we're going to line it vertically to the center. And now in this, we are going to put a slider and a spinner. If I can find the spinner. Spinner, it's right under the slider. We're going to set the spinner's width to 50%. We are going to set the slider's width to 50%. And now, because I messed up in which way I arranged everything, we're going to move this horizontal arrangement above the other horizontal arrangement. And within the bottom horizontal arrangement now, we are going to add a vertical arrangement. Right like so. In this, we are going to put two labels. That's an image, not a label. I'm sorry about that, guys. We are going to put in one label and a second label right under that. Now, if this is getting a little too scrunched for you, what you can do is select that vertical arrangement and make the width. Oh, wait, no. Don't select the vertical arrangement. Go into the text if you want to change the size for the vertical arrangement, go into the text property, set label 1 to 0, and set the second label to 60. These will be our timer labels, and then it automatically changes the size so that everything fits within the screen. So now on to the properties of everything. Within our canvas, we are going to change pretty much nothing. We're just going to leave it the same as it was, except for the width and the height is 70% and the width is fill parent. In our items, we are going to take, in our spinner, we're going to give it elements from the string. The first one is going to be colors. This is what people see when they boot up the app, and it's when they boot up the app, this will be what displays on the slider. So the first color we're going to put in is 1, 2, 3. Now what you can do, instead of numbering these, you can put in the actual color name. Because I'm doing 7 colors, I'm just going to number them and guess and check myself when we use the emulator. So in the slider now, you leave everything pretty much the same, except you change the maximum value to 10 and the minimum value to 1. This slider will adjust how thick the line is that we are drawing. Alright, so next we're going to change the text for the image picker to select image, colon, and the text for button 1 to reset. Reset. Alright, now we have the design done for the most part. We need to add one more thing. Go into sensors, go to clocks. We are going to add 3 clocks. Clock 1, clock 2, clock 3. Now if you want to make this a little bit easier on yourself, you can rename the clocks. Clock 1 will be your main 10-second clock. Clock 2 will be your individual second clock for label 1, and clock 3 will be your individual second clock for label 2. I'm going to leave these the same because I'm kind of cheat with the blocks. So let's jump into the blocks. So right off the bat, you already know what you have. I'm going to cheat right here and just put my blocks in and explain them to you. So the very first one we're going to do is the spinner block. What this spinner block says is when the spinner, after you select something in the spinner, so that'll be your colors. Once you select a color, if the spinner selection is equal to the 1, so I'm taking the selection like the 1, 2, 3, and 4, and equaling those to a color. So if spinner selection is 1, then the color is black. Spinner selection is 2, the color is red, yellow, green, blue, purple, pink, and so on. And that's how the spinner block is going to work to select our colors. Next, I'm going to add our button1.click. Button1.click is going to be our reset button. I was just too lazy to name them in the components. So all this does is clear the canvas completely. Next, we're going to pull in our slider number 2, which I actually need to switch to slider 1. So what this is going to do is when you move the slider, it's going to take the slider's thumb position, so a value of 1 to 10, and depending on that, it's going to change the width of the line that you are drawing. So make sure you keep all these organized if you want. I try to do my best for it. So clock timer 1. What this is going to do is the clock is set to, oh, that is what we forgot to do. So go back over to your designer and go to your components, go to clock 1, set the timer interval to 10,000. What this is just 10 seconds. Next, set the clock 2 interval, leave it where it is. Clock 3, you're going to want to leave where it is as well. So what this does is clock 1, it's a 10-second timer. It goes for just 10 seconds, and when the timer is up, it will call canvas1.clear, call canvas1, set the background image to blank, and set timer 1 to false, so it's not enabled, it's not going to fire anymore. Clock 2 will not fire anymore, but clock 3 will begin firing. So this will make more sense once I get in the rest of the blocks. So right now I'm going to add the clock 3 block. What this does is if the text of label 2 equals 0, then it's going to clear. No, it's not going to clear. It's going to set Canvas 1's background image to the original selected image, so you can see if what you drew matches your image. And it's also going to set label if it's not equal to 0, so it's an if then else statement. If this does not happen, it's going to set label2.text to label2.text minus 1. So it's a countdown from 60 to 0. Next, we are going to add our canvas1.dragged and our canvas1.touched. So what this does is when the canvas 1 is just tapped, it's going to draw a circle with a radius of 5. So it's going to draw a black circle. When the canvas is dragged, though, it's going to create a line based on wherever your X and Y, and yeah. You can look more into the canvas settings if you just Google it, like MiT App Inventor, how to work canvas. It's something that you need a whole video to get into. So next we're going to add our clock 2.timer. All this is going to do is set label 2 to +1. And then we're going to add our when image picker after selected. So what this is going to do is the very first thing you do is select your image. So it's going to set your canvas background to that image. It's going to set label1.text to 0. It's going to set both timers, timer 1 and 2, to enabled. So timer 1 is just a 10-second timer that you can't see. That's how long you have to look at the picture. Timer 2 is one that counts up to 10. And once it reaches 10, then the canvas clears. So what the thing, it says clock 1.timer. So when it goes off, that's why I set it to 10,000. It'll count up to 10 seconds, and then it'll just clear the canvas when it ticks, and it'll stop ticking. So let's get into the emulator and see how this thing works. Alright, welcome back. So here we go. What I can't do on this is select an image. The way the emulator is set up, there is nothing in your gallery to upload the image. So what it would do if you could, after you select the image, it would close the image selector, and the image you selected would show up on your canvas, like this white area right here in the center under screen 1 between colors and where it says screen 1, would change that image for 10 seconds. See, the timer already reached 9. So what that also did was started firing a 60-second timer, which I need to have, well, yeah, when the 10 seconds is up, it starts a 60-second timer. So what the 60 seconds is that's how long you have to draw your picture before the canvas resets itself and sets itself to the image that you selected. So what you can do here is our colors. So we set 2 equal to red. See how it changed our line to red? And then this we can control our sliders. So we have 1 here, and we have 10 here, we being our biggest size. You can change that to whatever value you want. It does get a little strange with like the curves on the line. You can see it just as blocks. It's not like a flowing line. And then once it hits 0, it resets, and it shows you your image. There you go. There you have it. If you guys want any more info on this app, be sure to comment below if you made it to this part of the video. Thank you for putting up with my sickness, and thank you for maybe just enjoying the new tutorial style. It's a little bit faster. It's to keep the video length down, but also up. I'm aiming for 10 to 12 minutes for my tutorials. I don't want to get them too long so that they're a pain in the butt to watch, but I don't want to keep them too short so that no one knows what they're doing. But anyway, thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that like button if you liked it. Hit that subscribe button. Comment down below what you thought of the app and what you did the app for yourself. This app will be available on the MIT Gallery. I'll leave a link to that down in the description below. Thanks for watching.